If you can hear me, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. Hello, can you hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to let you know we are live on YouTube this wonderful morning. If you can hear me, can you just wave at me or just give a thumbs like this if you can hear me? Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, please can everyone go on mute? Thank you. Can we all go on mute? If we are not talking, please can we go on mute? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello.
This is day 2 of International Youth Day 2021, Transforming Food System, Youth Innovations for Women and I'm glad to let you know that we are live on YouTube as we're discussing now. So we have some participants from different schools from Lagos, Nigeria on this call. And also we have the president of Do the Dream on this call. So in 5 minutes, we're starting this program. Thank you. Can you all test your audio if you can hear everyone? If you are from Ojodo Junior Grammar School, can I see your hand? Can you wave your hand? Wow, quite a lot of them. If you are from Agidingwe Junior Grammar School, can you wave your hand? Wow. Thank you. Okay, I think we need to mute the Ojodo Junior. You need to mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, if you are from Omole Junior Grammar School, can you wave? Let's see you. Omole Junior Grammar School would like to see you as well. Thank you so much. It's 3 minutes to the time. Mr. President, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, thank you so much. The audio is perfect. Thank you. We got a lot of people here. We got people from various schools from Lagos, Nigeria. Awesome. This wonderful morning. It's 11 o'clock here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all over the world. This is day 2 of International Youth Conference 2021 with the theme Transforming Food System, Youth Innovations for Greatness. Today we have fantastic presentation from great people, the future of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going live with this event now. Mr. President of Do the Dream Youth Development Initiative, please, what can you say about what you are seeing today?
This is awesome. You know, it's quite wonderful to see so many students, so many people from all over the world joining us on the second occasion of the International Youth Day. I'm really pleased, and I feel really honored to be amongst all of you today celebrating this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have beautiful presentations that you'll be hearing, listening to this wonderful morning from awesome speakers, young dynamic personality who really want to cause the change in this world. If you can hear me, can you just give us the tone so that we can know we're on the same page on this call? If you can hear us. If you can hear, just give us a tone on this. Let's see you. We'd like to know if you can hear. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, some of our speakers are here. Davina Election is here. David Election is here. Wow, wow. I'm so happy. Thank you. David Election, let's just hear how your voice will look like this wonderful morning. Let's just hear from you. How you doing, bro? I can't hear you. You're on mute. Seems you are on mute. Can you hear? Wow. Maybe we're going to come back to you, David. Can I listen to Davina Allocation if you are here, if you can hear me?
Hello?
Oh, thank you. Can you just welcome our people online this morning?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys will learn something from today. And when you leave here, you leave empowered and inspired, because I'm sure every single person has something to teach you guys today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. That's the danger. If you're from Ojodu Junior Grammar School, I just need a representative to just give us a opening word from your school. Ojodu Junior Grammar School, I just need somebody to introduce your school and welcome your school to the world. Nobody is responding from Ojodu Junior. Thank you. What about Omole? If you can hear me from Omole. Hello. Omole. Okay. What about Agidingbi? If you can hear me from Agidingbi. Okay. We're waiting. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Joseph. So we'll go straight to the event now. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening again. My name is Adebusuyo Lutayo Lumadiwa from Do the Dream Youth Development Initiative. Do the Dream Youth Development Initiative is a non-governmental organization that help young people to find their voice and create a platform for those voices to be amplified. This organization has been in the forefront of youth development since inception in 2005, and we are glad to be strategic partner of United Nations Nigeria, UNESCO, UNICEF, and UNFPA. So today, we are observing International Youth Day, day 2 of the event. The day 1 was observed on the 12th of August, year 2021, with country representative of Food and Agricultural Organization, representative of Nigeria, FAO, Mr. Fred Kafero, as the keynote speaker. Today, as on that same day, we have the Director of United Nations Information Center, Ronald Kayanja, as one of the speakers as well. So in few hours now, we're going to be hosting we're going to be hosting one of them for this event. And I want you to sit back and enjoy yourself in today's event. One of the benefits of today's event is that we're going to dig in on what it entails to build interest in agriculture, having learned from those people, great people who are doing it, and the benefits of agriculture to young people in today's world. So young and old, I'm glad to welcome you to this day 2 of International Youth Day. And I'm handing over to the president of Do the Dream, Mr. Tony Alomire, for his welcome address. Over to you, sir, Mr. Alomire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tayo. And wow, what a wonderful way to welcome everyone. So this is day 2 for all of us. Day 1 was such a wonderful day. The event was awesome. We had wonderful guest speakers on that day, and now we're in day 2. So thank you all for joining us on the second day of our celebration of the International Youth Day. Today we're also joined with a host of wonderful and exceptional speakers, and we'll continue on our discussions around transforming the food systems, and specifically talking about youth innovation for health and planetary health. I'm sure today's session is going to be as informative, as educative, and as awesome, knowledge-filled as it was the first time. So on behalf of Do the Dream, the International Youth Day, I welcome all our awesome guests, all our speakers and attendees, and I officially declare the event open. Let's get the show beginning. Let's get it going.
Okay. The president has spoken all the way from United Kingdom. He has declared the meeting open. Thank you. So without wasting too much time, we go straight to the first presentation of the day. I would like Mr. President to just assist with that, to call on the first presentation, sir.
So today we've got David Allocation as the first presentation today. David, no pressure here, because the last time we had Davina deliver such a powerful presentation. So she set the benchmark high, and I'm sure you'll be able to do such a wonderful job as well. We look forward to hearing what wonderful news you have to share with us today. Thank you very much, David.
Over to you, David.
Okay, sir. So let me share my screen. It says host disabled participant screen sharing. So
Tayo, you need to share your enable screen sharing for everyone so that he can share his screen.
Oh, I think maybe I'm going to make you a first.
okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, David, can you now?
No.
Tayo, what you need to do is go to screen share and click on the tiny arrow, and then it will give you a another pop-up that says allow all attendees to.
It's working now.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to start now. Good everyone, my name is David Allocation, and I'm here to speak on the topic building interest in agriculture, the gold mine. I would like to individually explain each word in this sentence so we can really understand the meaning of this sentence. First of all, agriculture. I'm sure we've heard of this word before. The key word in this sentence is agriculture. In simple terms, agriculture is the practice of cultivating plants and livestock. It may seem very simple at the surface, but it is much more complex than you think. It has lots of impacts on our day-to-day life. For example, agriculture was the key development in the rise of sedentary human civilization, which means that without the cultivation of plants, without the growing of livestock, without the cultivation of livestock, we wouldn't be able to live in areas for a long period of time, for example, Lagos, because sedentarism is the act of living in one area for a very long time. So without agriculture, there wouldn't be sedentarism. Now, building interest. Building is the act of developing something or increasing a certain aspect of something. When I say I want to build on something, when I say I want to build a house, it just means I want to develop that thing. It means I want to take it to greater heights than before. Interest is the act of wanting to know more about something or someone. If I have interest for something, it means I want to devote my attention, I want to devote my time to it, because I have a passion for it. So now when you couple them together, building interest is wanting to develop your passion, wanting to grow that passion that you have for something to greater heights. The gold mine. A gold mine in this case can be seen as a source of wealth, valuable information, or resources. We all know how valuable gold is. For example, if I was given a bar of gold today, I would probably sell it for a very paramount. So, so the term gold mine means a source of great value, something that is near irreplaceable. Where it comes from. Building interest in agriculture is realizing that this job that is seen to be a poor man's job by many people can actually be a source of interest, wealth, and resources, and deciding to take a step forward with that interest that you have and learn more about agriculture. Now let's take a look at England, the richest farmer in the world, and Rotimi Williams, another successful farmer. He is a Chinese agricultural tycoon, billionaire, and the world's richest farmer. He's the chair and president of the pig farming company Nguyen Foodstuff. He studied animal husbandry at Henan Agricultural University. They started his own business with his wife, Chian, who sits on the board of Nguyen. The couple started their venture with 22 pigs in 1992 and now have more than 10 million pigs. That was astronomical growth. Now, Rotimi Williams. Rotimi Williams is a 35-year-old Nigerian rice farmer and a former journalist. He owns Kereksuk Rice Farm in Asara State, which is the second largest commercial rice farm in Nigeria by land size. The success story of Rotimi Williams is a good example of how opportunities present themselves when we pursue them and fill them with hard work.
Sorry, please, if you're not talking, can you go on mute? There's a distraction. Please go on mute if you're not talking. Thank you.
Okay. Can I go on?
Tayo, please, can you mute everyone and then unmute David?
Okay, can I go on?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
Thank you. The success story of Rotimi Williams is a good example of how opportunities present themselves, but only become game changers when we pursue them and fuel them with hard work and resilience against all odds. Rotimi had no prior agricultural background and taught himself all he knew about the business. Yet there were several constraints, like limited funding, that could have forced him to give up and stick to what matched his qualifications, journalism. Instead, he pushed through and persevered until he became the owner of a highly successful multi-million-dollar rice farm. My experience. In my third term of year 8, I was involved in a hydroponic farming project, and it was an eye-opener. My chemistry teacher, who had involved me in various entrepreneurial projects before, had a new hydroponic farming project coming up. So he involved me and a few others of my classmates to work on a hydroponic stem farm. Before the project, I always viewed farming as a poor man's job or something that really didn't bring in enough money. And the project really fixed my stereotype on farming. I have a video of the farm, and if I could share it, that would be nice. So let me go ahead. Thank you. And finally, I would like to end with a quote. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have a chance to go right, by M.S. Swaminathan, an Indian geneticist. Thank you.
Wow. Awesome. Wow. Brilliant presentation over there.
Thank you so much, David. This is such a wonderful presentation. And I like the way you ended it. It's actually a very powerful statement there. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have a chance to go right. And that's really powerful, you know, because of the impact of agriculture on our society, both as a small and large society, and even the world over. Agriculture does play a very key role. And that video as well that you shared is great, it's inspiring, it's passionate, it's powerful. Thank you so much for sharing, you know, your wonderful message with us.
I think my chemistry teacher is live. So if you could share the video, of the farm, the hydroponic farm, that would be cool.
Awesome. David, I understand you made the slide yourself. That's pretty awesome. So someone like you, what can you say? What does the future hold? What can we say about the future in terms of agriculture for the young people, the people in your generations? How do you think you can lead the generation of such?
I think the stereotype of agriculture has actually changed, because I told you previously that my thoughts of agriculture was that it was a poor man's job. It wasn't really something that could bring in enough money. So now that stereotype has changed, I think there will be a lot of groundbreaking leaders, one like me and my sister and other people here in this meeting, that can actually lead the way for other people in the agriculture industry.
Wow, excellent. We're still coming back to you. Mr. Rotimi, please, can you hear that? What can you say about what you just said, sir?
I think, you know, what he said is really, really impactful. It just goes to show what the future holds for agriculture and our youth today. It goes to show there's a huge opportunity there. And there's also a message there. You know, it talked about the stereotype of agriculture, that people think it's associated with being poor. But the reality is that stereotype has been dissolved. I mean, just look at the presentation from today, you know, and I recall the presentation from last week as well, when we had one of the guest speaker, Nelson, where he, you know, demonstrated what he had been doing in the back end with his huge agricultural practice. So I think this is really a challenge to the youth. You know, this is really saying to the youth, we can do this. We have the capacity to do this. We have what it takes to do this. And we should stop looking down on agriculture, you know, and work together on the way to take it to the next level.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have Nelson online now. Nelson, can you hear me? Are you here for your session, the second session today?
Yeah. Hold on. David was about to ask a question.
Yes, sir. Our farm, our hydroponic farm in Caleb International School, is inviting Do the Dream Youth Development and Mr. Tony Arimore and the UN representative. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you're available.
Right.
I didn't get that. What's going on? I didn't get that.
I would like to invite the Do the Dream Youth Development and Mr. Tony Arimore, the UN representative, to our hydroponic farm, if you're available.
Wow. That's a big challenge. Wow. I'm going to relate your message. That's noted already. Mr. Romero, that's the challenge you're talking about. Is that not what you're saying, sir?
Yes, it is. Thanks for the invite. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So over to you, Nelson, if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. I can hear you very well.
Okay, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. I think David, I really want to appreciate you. You really did a very good job. You know, the first day I shared my experience and what we do at AgroVest, and we discovered that in Nigeria alone we have over 38 million small-scale farmers who are unbanked, and most of these farmers have access. They don't have access to quality farm practice tools. Some of them lack access to funding. Some of them lack access to getting loans, access to the market. And this is a very big challenge. I'm first of all going to share my experience, how we started and how the whole thing started. This whole idea of I'm too young to start, or probably the farm, becoming a farmer is actually for the older people. I think it's a lie basically, because farming literally has evolved over time. Like now, adding technology to farming, it's something that has opened more doors and avenue for young people to partake in it. You don't need to own plots of land before you can get involved in farmland. We started 2019 precisely, when I came back from my volunteering experience. And in 2019, we started cultivating. We cultivated rice. That was the first experience we had in Kaduna, in Zaria State, in Kaduna State, Zaria precisely. It was, we started up with just few hectares of farmland. It was quite interesting how, the whole thing, because how we even got the land, first of all, we didn't buy the land, so we had to lease it, because we discovered that getting a land in the north is pretty less expensive. You have access to a wider range of getting access to land and all that. So we were able to get a farmland around 3 hectares plus land. And we cultivated rice, beans, and also we cultivated maize. Yeah, we had challenges, and that's one of the part I actually want to dive in today. We had challenges, and some of those challenges was due to the fact that we are young, of course, trying to dive into things that people, our older generations, people that are probably in their 50s, 40s, they are already doing. We are young, and we had challenges in terms of access to funds, access to the right market, because market was a very major challenge we had issues with. And again, we also we had access to the insecurity happening in the north, because we discovered that the rice farm that is meant to produce over almost 100 bags of rice, we found out the next day we went to the farm to cultivate the farm. We discovered that they've not only just harvested the farmland, but it was messily done. They destroyed so much, plus the herdsmen and all those things. So it was a very big challenge. But one of the things is, it's not about giving back, going back to your shell and looking at, okay, this was a challenge. Then the most important thing we asked ourselves is, how do we scale? How do we come out from this thing? The fact that we had this challenge is, do we just sit down and fold our hands and feel that there's no way, or there's no possible way for us to take that steps in ensuring that we create that particular change we want to create in that community or in that environment? Then we sat down with my team. We looked at, okay, what are the lessons we've learned, and how do we scale up upward rather. So we started up again, and in the whole process, we were able to we were able to employ up to 50 community members in that community in Basawa area in Zaria, which was really, really amazing for us as a team. So we met with, we looked at, okay, we can't be able to handle these things because it was a very large farmland. So we had to look at for community members. These are people who are in that community, who we could talk to, who could help us to monitor the land, ensure that the headsmen, the people around there don't. And also, language was also a very major barrier. So we had to look at setting up team members across that state. We looked at for people who are who speak the Hausa language, who could also relate with us and all that. So there are a lot of factors, when it comes to diving into agriculture. You shouldn't be scared as a young person to dive into it. You shouldn't be scared about how do I even partake in involving in agriculture, because agriculture alone is $1 trillion sector, and it's endless. Like it's endless. I look at, for instance, what Farm Crowdy does. Farm Crowdy, what they do basically is just to connect you to investors and all that. But the same way, they've not actually solved the problem. So you still see millions, you still see thousands of startups, thousands of young people doing amazing stuff in the agro space. And this is limited because this is endless, literally. So this shows that you can even get involved. You can get involved and get get involved and start doing something awesome. And now agriculture has gone beyond just owning a farm. You can even have a farm within the space of your, of your doorstep, of your house currently. You could have a farmland within your compound and all that, and still get amazing stuff and all that. So we started AgroVest as a result of how do we connect the farmer, because on 2021, early this year, I traveled to Kaduna to see what's actually going on there. I was able to visit the farm. I met some of the community members and also had opportunity to interact with some of the local farmers there. I discovered that most of these farmers, they are very skilled. They know what they want. They know what they do. But the problem is they lack access to loans, like funds to expand. The market was a very big problem. Now, and that same 2021, this same year, we also did something. We experiment on something. So that also cost us so much because we transported some products from Kaduna down to some parts in Imo and Enugu State. In doing that, we saw that the market was really unstable because what they teach in economies, they taught us about demand and supply and all that. But when we went down to the community, to those places, we discovered that there's a lot of factors. The human factor was a very big major problem because you're trying to take a product from one particular region to another, and at the end you get to that particular place and they're telling you the price has increased or the price is this, the price is that, and at the end it's also affecting that. And I think that was a very, very big major problem that the farmers were actually facing. And then we started thinking, how do we even bridge that gap? And currently now we are working on we are currently working on a data platform where the farmers, where you're into farming and anything, you can have access to getting real-time data, market data, these things to actually help you to know what works in Enugu, what works in Abia State, what works in Kaduna, or what works in other states. So when you're selling your products and all that, you're able to know what particular state favors whatever commodity you're selling, and what commodities is actually moving in what state, you understand. So that's basically what we are currently working on. So we started AgroVest to help scale up and to also help the farmers, local farmers around that. So how the whole process works literally is that we have the farmers. So the farmers, we go to the community. We meet up with the heads of the community. We interact with the farmers. We look their criteria. We look at to select these farmers. We look at their experience. We look at the size of farmlands they've done. We look at their past involvement, their past experience, and all that. And also we have we select the farmers. So after this, we select these farmers. We don't just give them funds. We provide resources, and these resources can be providing training, providing equipment, providing fertilizer, providing these items for them to be able to help them to farm. And also we have the sponsor. The sponsor are the people who are providing the funds. These are people who call them the investors. These are people who are investing into a farmland. So they invest in a particular farmland. Let's say the rice farm, they invest a particular amount in the rice farm, and this money is used to channel to the farm, that particular farm, to produce yield. And we also have the off-takers. These are companies that commit to contract or purchase the farm. So what we do also is contact the off-takers, either a company, individuals who want to buy at larger, bulk, or at a larger, scale. So we contact them. So once the product is ripe on the farm, we bag and we send directly to them. And also insurance is also a very key element in when we are actually doing this. We ensure that the farmers are insured, that the produce, the investors, literally, their money is insured, so that we don't want stories and all that. So these are the last actor in the business model. So we ensure that the farming involves significant risk, because of course farming involves a whole lot. So in the aspect, this is just an overview of literally what we do, and basically what we are actually planning on doing to create a kind of a data center for the growth sector in Nigeria, so that people in different locations can have access, real-time data of what is happening around different locations. For youth, basically, for youth involvement, I think sometimes as a youth, you don't need to start thinking, where do I want to start? How do I start? I think the best time to start is now. The best time to start is now. It does not matter whether you have 30 hectares of farmland or 1 hectare, or you can start with a small space. I remember when I was growing up, there's this stuff in our house where I just this space. What I do is just like I take beans, I take a corn, I just plant them. I start learning how to plant, how to cultivate in a smaller spot and all that. So you could start from there. You could start innovating. You could start looking at how do you get involved. If you're a tech enthusiast, how do you build solutions around the agro ecosystem to actually help people who are involved, who are very passionate about agriculture. So I think that's one of the very much important thing that I feel that the youth must do. The best thing, there's not much story about when to start, how to start. The best thing to do is to, just like what David said, is to start, because a lot of people are suffering. Millions of people look out for food, and agriculture, you can't do without food, of course. So it's something that has come to stay. If it's not agriculture, there won't be food. We can't survive. Humanity can't survive without agriculture, meaning that we need to get involved. This is a $1 trillion industry. This is a $1 trillion company. This is a $1 trillion, a sector that is revolving every day by day. You go on the internet, you see what people are doing, how the agricultural sector is evolving every single day. So I'm encouraging young people out there to get involved in whether you're getting involved in the tech aspect, or you're getting involved, you're getting your hands dirty. Just get involved. Find your voice. Try to look at how do you get involved? How do you position yourself to get involved? Whether you want to be you're a tech enthusiast, you want to develop solutions that can help to move the sector, or whether you want to go to the farm and all that. Just get involved. I've seen amazing young people doing amazing stuff. It's not just for the old people. It's not about the old. It's about you. It's about this generation. It's about how we started. So I want to just encourage us to literally get involved, regardless of your situations, regardless of where you find yourself. Just get pushing. It's not easy, of course. It's not easy. You're going to have so much challenges as you move. These challenges are there, but you need to just ensure that you hold on to yourself and get involved. Get yourself involved. That is just a thing. There's no much preaching about it, but just get yourself involved. Build solutions. Think of something. Think of an idea. Think of how you can create solutions within start from your circles, from your little community. See how you can contribute to helping people around your community, around your circle, around in your family. Think of how you can solve the food problem in your family, in your community, and get involved. Thank you so much.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Is awesome. Brilliant one from you, Mr. Arube. Mr. Nelson has done it again. Can you see what I'm saying, sir? Over to you. But can you see what you just ate?
Oh, yes. Nelson, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation as well. I quite like the fact that, you've talked about agriculture and you're encouraging, the youth to go into agriculture. But I like the fact that you're being very authentic about the real challenges that, people will face when they go into agriculture, and you base that on your experience. Because what we have is, a lot of times people tell us the wonderful things about going into doing something, but they don't remember to tell us that there will be some challenges along the way. And when you do that, when you tell people, that it's a rewarding career, it's a rewarding place to be, but there'll be hurdles, there'll be challenges. It encourages people to start to build their level of resiliency towards that particular career or whatever it is that they're looking to do. And I like that you called that out very clearly as well. And it's great to also see that behind all of those challenges, there's also a way out of it. It's almost like saying, the seed to every problem. I mean, every problem has a seed to its solution embedded within it. And so I like that you've called that out as well. And I hope the youths who are on this call can see that agriculture is good, it's rewarding, it's the future, it's the now, and it's no longer, you don't have to be gray-haired, wearing glasses, holding your walking stick before you think you want to start to do something or contribute to agriculture. And you don't have to have a huge piece of land to start cultivating, your agricultural practices. You can start from your backyard, from, the corner of your house, somewhere. Start small, grow from there, learn the lessons, and move on and continue to expand. So thank you so much, Nelson. That's a great one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson. Wow. Where's that from? Hello. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, for that awesome presentation. We are going to Agidingbi Junior Grammar School now for their live presentation of what they've been doing with agriculture. Agidingbi, can you hear me? Agidingbi, it's your turn. Can you hear me, Agidingbi? Agidingbi Junior Grammar School, can you hear me? Hello. Agidingbi, you need to unmute yourself. Agidingbi, it's your turn now. We have to take your session from your school now, Agidingbi. You are waiting for you. It's your turn. On the field. On the field. They have to share their video.
Tayo, you're talking on mute.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. Ojodu Junior Grammar School, we have to take a live session from the school now. If you can hear us, Ojodu Grammar School, it's your turn now. A live session. A live session. You are spotlighted for everyone. Thank you, Ojodu Junior Grammar School. You are live. Online. Tell us what is going on in your school and in front of your field. You are mute. You are mute. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Ojodu Junior, you need to unmute yourself, please.
I should talk now. Sir?
Okay, thank you. All right, we can hear you now. Oh, Jesus Christ. We cannot hear you again, Ojodu Junior. Please, you need to unmute yourself.
Good day, sir. My name is.
Unmute yourself.
What?
I should talk now. Excuse me, sir, you're muted. Mr. Tayo.
Okay, Ojodu Junior Grammar School, it's your turn now. Tell us what's going on in Girls Garden. We want to know your contribution to food system in Africa. Over to you, Ojodu Junior.
Close the camera.
Good morning. Good day, sir. My name is Wisdom Achibong. I'm from Ojodu Primary School 3. I'm here to Ojodu Junior Grammar School. I'm here to enlighten you and display on a school garden. A school garden is a training activity or knowledge used in a classroom to impact us on agriculture. As you can see, in agriculture, we plant crops and also rearing of animals. But in a school garden, it is used to impart knowledge and entertain and educate students in agriculture. As you can see, here is the school garden. Where is the school garden? Let's tell them this is the name of this one. This one. I don't know the name. This is Gratophyllum. Gratophyllum. Gratophyllum fictum.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What about the other garden? What's going on? What about your food crop, the food aspect?
Yes, some more.
Showing. Okay.
As you can see, here is the Cassandra. This is Nerium. This is Dude, it's your turn.
I don't know.
This is Nerium Olenanda. As you can see some plants here. So that if you see it, you'll be able to identify it.
It's okay.
As you can see, Citoris. Shame.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We go to Agidingbi now. Agidingbi Junior Grammar School. Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you. It's your turn, Agidingbi. You need to step on now.
My
Okay,
gosh,
sir.
name.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Sunday Victoria from Agidingbi Junior Grammar School.
Hold on.
You're not talking again. It's Agidingbi.
Thank you, Ojodu Junior Grammar School. Thank you for that wonderful. Thank you so much. So Agidingbi, over to you. Agidingbi, over to you.
Okay, my name is Sunday Victoria from Agidingbi Junior Grammar School. And here are my fellow students from the same school. We are on the farm right now. So I'm going to talk about planting operations. First of all, I'd like to apologize.
It's not the one, but it's another person that show. Yes, these are the plants.
We have cassava. Let me go around. We have harvested the corn. That's why it's dry like this, sir. And this is our cassava.
Let me go show them.
First of all, we need choice of sites. And so we're given these sites by our agri teacher to clear. So after clearing the farmland, which involves felling of tree and stumping. Stumping is the removal of the roots, the hard roots of the tree from the ground. Okay. And after that, we made the ridges, we selected the seed, like which kind of seed would you want to plant? We planted maize. We selected the seed to remove the bad ones from it. And after removing it, how many to put in each hole? We placed 3 each. And then the distance between the corns to the other to each other, which was 3 feet. Okay, here now you're on our vegetable farm. You can see our okra, and this is F4. This one right here is the wedu. This is our okra. You can see.
Wow.
You can see our okra. The farm is bushy because we're on holiday, so we've not been able to come and clear it. These ones are the ones that are still growing. And we planted, this one is also vegetable here. And that's our yam. Our yam is growing. And our pawpaw there. And our banana there, which is, okay, plantain. This is our corn. You can see. You can see them growing on our farm. This one is a weed right here. And that's our plantain and our growing pawpaw right here. You can see. So the farm is this bushy because we've not been in school lately. That's why. That's why we are so sorry because we're on holiday. So that's another farm over there. So,
wow. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's our farm. Our corn here. You can see our yam and our growing corns. Our maize. This is the maize here. This is the cassava that is just coming out. You can see. And that's corn. These ones here are vegetables. You can see the vegetables are. So this one is the yam. You can see. You can see the yam up there. And this is also another one also growing here. This one is the corn. You can see spreading all over the floor. You can see the up. Sir, we've harvested the maize though. That's why it's this dry. We've harvested it. You can see how these ones are the ones that are just coming up. These ones are just coming up. And this one. So we say thank you for being with us. And I would like to leave you with this. No man, no crop, no man. No food, no man. So we should really, really put more into our agriculture so that we human beings will be able to survive. Thank you for staying with us. This is Agidingbi Junior Grammar School. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Awesome.
Well done.
Don't go. Don't go. Just no. Brilliant. Mr. Romina, can you see what I'm seeing? Can you see what we are seeing here?
This is marvelous. I'm so impressed. I'm really, truly impressed with the quality of what's been going on back there. This is wonderful. Well done for all the good work you've been putting together and taking care of that farm. I hope in future you'll be able to use that experience to expand the level of farming that you'll be doing, and the food crop production you'll also be doing. This is the future. This is the future. No crop, no man. Okay, yeah. This is important. Thanks for that wonderful message.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Agidingbi Junior Grammar School. I hope we can still have a wonderful session with you. Few day when school resume on agriculture, the key fall. Because what we are seeing now is awesome. It's brilliant. It's magnificent. The people in the hall, what are their colleagues in the hall? What can they say? What your colleagues? I need one of them to say something. Over to you.
Okay, so we are on our way to the hall.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Omole Junior, can you hear us? Over to you, Omole. Just do this one for school at the same time. And please don't go because we have a second question and answer session. Omole Junior.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Zakaria Moise from Omole Junior Grammar School, and I'll be taking you to our school trip. So these are our chicks, our hens. bought them when they were 5 weeks old on the 20th of January 2021. 20th of May 2021, and we've been feeding them with starter. So we changed their food when they were 10 weeks old. They've been taking finishing. Look at them. And we change their litters every three days. And their feeding trough and the water trough are cleaned every day properly with soap and water. So I would like to take you to the school farm now. So this is our school farm. We're about planting sweet potatoes, and we are going to take you through the steps you use in planting sweet potatoes.
Now, this is my name is Matthew from Untitled Junior Grammar School. Now, I'm going to show you how to plant pepino, sweet orange flesh potato. Now, because this is the load. So now, if you want to plant potato, so make potato come out. We plant everything into the soil like this. Now cover it like this.
So we just showed you how to plant a sweet potato. You are not true, yeah? We still have lots more.
You want to plant, we have 2 steps of planting potato. You can plant, you want to make potato come out, you can plant potato. But you want to make the leaf. The leaf is also known as vegetable. So you want to plant the leaf, plant one of the loads like this into the soil. So potato will not come out except the leaf. So use the leaf to cook your soup, like you want to cook vegetable soup. That's plant these 2 steps of planting sweet potato. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Brilliant one. Brilliant one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, we are still coming back to you all in your all because we got something to say. Mr. Romere, can you see what is going on today all over the world? Nigerians, young people are actually changing.
We also have students in our school. Let me take you there.
Thank you.
So they're heading to where they are.
All right, thank you. You guys, you go back to your own. We have question and answer session.
So these are the snails. They are here.
Oh. Why your video? I can't find your video again.
Okay, this
okay.
Is, so this is our snails. See their foods. These are their foods. We give them traders and water. I hope you can see everything. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you so much. Omole Junior Grammar School. This is awesome. You know, one of the key things about this event is removal pins. All right. 1 minute. Thank you. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you.
That's true with our school.
So one of the beauty of this event. Hello, the beauty of this event is we're being seen. We're live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and some key organizations are actually on this event that will be joining us in November. They'll be coming to your schools directly to see the great things you guys are doing. And I just received a call from one of them now. You guys are doing so much, man. And they would love to come to 3 of those schools today. So we are wasting too much time. It's time to have Aitagni Das from India. Are you online now? Aitagni.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Oh, again, it's nice to have you, Aitagni. You say these are the things that is going on in Nigerian schools. What can you say about what you've been seeing so far, Aitagni, before you have your session?
Sorry, could you please repeat?
I said, what can you say about what you've been seeing from those young ones?
To be very honest, I'm intimidated. Like I really prepared for this for it, right? And then I see these sessions and they're like so well done. They're
wow. Wow. Thank you, Aitagni. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Over to you for your session. Over to you.
Sure. So I'll start now. Hello, everyone. I'm Mahitagni from West Bengal, India. And today I'm going to talk about the importance of education and public participation in innovations in food systems through a case study of Vitoria, which is a small town and the capital of Álava province in Spain, with a population of around 250,000. The municipality of Vitoria is the largest in Basque, with forestry and agriculture most prominent, and holds the first position of the 52 provinces of Spain in terms of GDP per capita. While the food observatory of the University of Basque indicates the very unbalanced diets are widespread, which is almost everywhere in the world now, there's an exponentially growing sensitivity and demand for quality, ecological, and local food from citizens of different sectors of the Victorian society. Their long legacy of public participation in environmental policies focus on decentralizing the city center, promotion of recycling, reduction of water usage, sustainable transportation, maintenance of cities' green belt, and so on, led them to winning the European Green Capital 2012 award. The citizens are extremely educated about the issues around food and seek to move towards a more sustainable food system. This led to them coming up with the Agri-Food Strategy Plan. Elevated citizens' interests in achieving a sustainable food system has led to the initiation of many associations, like the Farmers Union UAGA in 1977, the Association of Organic Producers Bio-Nekazaritsa in 1993, the Sedora Foundation in 2002, Slow Food in 2005, and many, many more. The Sedora Foundation in particular emerged in 2002 as a citizen effort to enhance sustainable local food through social engagement in programs with institutions and other social actors aimed at strengthening ties between the city and its surrounding countryside, developing local and ecological food consumption, and promoting the transition to an agroecological model of peri-urban agriculture and livestock rearing. Slow food that raises awareness about sustainable farming and local quality products, together with Zedora, organized a first food civic encounter in 2007 to create a space for reflection and awareness raising, as well as to facilitate the continued development of sustainable food system. This was economically and logistically supported by the municipality of Vitoria, province of Álava, and other organizations. Following this, in 2008, Zedora organized a public discussion forum together with the Center of Environmental Studies, the Basque Agricultural Research and Development Institute, in representation of the Department of Agriculture and Basque Government in European Food Links project, garnered public interest in sustainable food systems, increasing public participation like anything. Workshops were organized under the topic Ideas for a Food Strategy of Vitoria Gasteiz in the framework of the 7th Civic Food Encounter in 2013, which resulted in the initiative to begin drafting a food policy strategy. The following year, a core promotion team consisting of Zedora Foundation, Slow Food, BioLi, and Bio-Nekazaritsa held 9 meetings, and several public events were organized. in which various topics related to sustainable local food were discussed, resulting in the manifesto, Vittoria Gassies Towards a Sustainable Agri-Food System. The call for stronger political commitment led to the City Council approving a motion in 2014 about the development of municipal agri-food strategy plan with collaboration with citizens, social organizations, and all interested, and appointed the Center for Environmental Studies to facilitate and coordinate this. The technical work started with an assessment of the agri-food system of the municipality, resulting in the report Towards a Sustainable Agri-Food Strategy for Vittoria Gassies, Basic Materials for a Participatory Diagnosis. This was subsequently discussed in a participatory process in 2016 that included sessions on validation of the diagnosis, prioritization of key objectives, several sectoral discussions on agriculture and livestock farming, food consumption and distribution of trade, and on the next steps of action. The validated assessments suggested that the local agri-food system needs to transform to a new model that gives answers and is capable of adapting to the challenges posed by current environmental, social, and economic crisis, among others by strengthening the connection between sustainable production and local consumption. For the document, the document includes 21 objectives in order of priority and more than 100 proposed lines of action. It constitutes the starting point of the further development of concrete actions that will realize the required transformation of Vittoria Gassies' food system. The branches of the Vittorian journey to establishing a successful and sustainable food system all direct towards its long tradition of citizen participation, a wide diversity of very active civil society organizations, responsiveness of political groups, among others. All of these reestablishes the importance of citizen participation and supports the political entities. If the Victorian citizens were not properly educated about the importance of sustainability in food systems, they would never have showed interest and hence would never have participated, leaving the Victorian food system as a tangled, inefficient mess. The importance of education is known to everyone, but if we could narrow our focus down on issues like this at school level education, we would be quote unquote preparing the youth to be ready for participating and be motivated about issues like these that affect their very lives, because an investment in knowledge pays the best interests. Thank you.
Wow, that's another great presentation, Itagni. Thank you so much. I mean, the key nuggets that picked out from the presentation is that everyone needs to be involved. Education is important, but everyone needs to be involved in getting their hands dirty, rolling up their sleeves, and doing what they need to do to contribute to the agricultural aspects of humanity. And I think it's actually key, because as we could see prior to your presentation, we'd seen that now we're getting more students getting involved in agriculture, as we saw from the secondary schools. But I think we need to now take it a step further around the world. We need to take it from just the students, but getting even those that are out of school, those that are looking for jobs, those that are already working, those that have the access to cash, to come together as a community, as a society, and get involved in taking this to the next level. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Tai, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much, His Excellency Tony Arumire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's time for Tiana Kuala from Malawi. One of the beautiful things we've been learning is that to see how this talks across Africa. Tiana Kuala, thank you. It's your turn now. Over to you. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I'm just trying to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Okay, we're checking it out. Yes, we're seeing your screen now.
Awesome. So, my name is Tiana Anastasia Msolomba. I'm from Malawi. I am working for Finca Malawi as a regional investment and savings manager, but I'm very well known for being a financial educator. So I'm going to give you my perspective on transforming food systems, innovation for human and planetary health from a financial educator's perspective. So to begin with, obviously, we have to look at the aspect of finances. So when I ask a couple of people, what is the problem with the young people in as far as not engaging in transforming food systems in their countries or in their regions or even in their communities? Some of the challenging or limiting beliefs in terms of finances that I've come across are these ones that I want to challenge in this meeting. And some of them include that money is in short supply, and therefore they cannot be able to participate in creating value in the food systems. But I would like to assure you that money is never in short supply. The reserve banks of our respective countries are always producing money. So if us as young people create value, the money will come to us. And how we create that value is by us engaging in the food systems themselves. The other challenging limiting belief is you don't always need money to make money. So most of the youth are waiting to be given finances, either from donors or organizations or from just maybe angel investors. But most oftentimes you will agree with me, even Nelson pointed this out, that these sort of investments don't come readily available, are not readily available for the youth. And therefore you need to be creative in thinking of ways and means in the food production to consumption on how you can be able to create value so that money can come to you. The other limiting belief that I see a lot of young people struggling is especially in Africa, is that we have accepted poverty as our status quo. So because we are continuously being told that Africa is poor, we come from poor countries, a lot of youth have tended to accept this status quo, and therefore they are not challenging it, and therefore they are not thinking innovatively or creatively on how best they can be able to change their life. And I think agriculture is one of those ways where us as youth should engage ourselves in ensuring that we change and challenge this poverty status quo. And the other and last challenging limiting belief that I see the young people struggling with is that you need to work hard all the time to make money. This is not true. This is a limiting belief. If we are creative and innovative as young people, we can make money without necessarily having to work hard all the time. I'll give you an example. If, for instance, you are able to create an innovative tool which will improve, let's say, maize production, that tool that you have created on maybe a single day can make money for you for the rest of your life. So it's not true that you have to work hard and sweat all the time, but rather as young people, let's engage our brain in order that we think of creative ways and means that can continue to make us money, and not that we have to sweat all the time. So I thought to start from that perspective so that young people can be challenged to say, let's not wait for the finances. Let's challenge these limiting beliefs to see how best we can position ourselves. So now moving to the next slide, who is a youth? How then are we also relating with the food system? So you and me will agree that youth is a transition phase of life. But importantly, it is to notice that Africa is a youth population. Therefore, youth participation and empowerment is very important. That means all the people in this meeting have to understand that in whatever capacity we are working in, whether we are a youth or we are empowering youths, we need to promote youth participation and be able to empower youths. Secondly, all people depend on the consumption of food. So wherever the person is, rich or poor, in the rural or urban areas, everyone depends on food. That means each one of us is involved in either production, distribution, procurement, or food preparation. So my question has always been, as a youth listening to me, where in this food system chain do you place yourself? Are you only in food preparation or consumption? Or can you think of innovative ways and means of how you can be able to place yourself in this food chain to create value and add to the transformation of the food system. So that is the challenge that we must be looking into as young people. The third fact is that food systems are underpinned by relations of capital and power. So we cannot undermine the power that capital will play in transforming food systems. We need to appreciate the underpinning factors in transforming food systems of power and capital, because we need to engage them, but also need to know how to interact with them. So in essence, we see that class, wealth, health, location are factors that influence youth contribution to food systems. So what are some of the issues that are affecting youth participation in transforming food systems? I noticed that Nelson highlighted most of them, and I would like to agree with him and also point out some of the things that I noted is that lack of ownership of productive land. In Nelson's case, I heard that they have leased out 3 acres of land. But you see, in most often cases, I've been dealing with young farmers. They tell me that when they see the owners of the land see that the land is becoming productive and actually now beginning to add value, they come wanting their land back. So that means we also need to have policies that protect people like Nelson, especially in different countries, to say, if they have leased the land, is how the owners cannot come back and start claiming back to say, we want our land back now because they're seeing that it is productive. So that is an issue that affects the youth, the lack of ownership of productive land. The second thing is lack of access to credit and financial services. I work in the financial services, and like in my organization, agriculture is not financed because of the time frames. Agriculture takes a bit of time, and therefore in microfinance, you see that they will start requesting for your payment within a month, and agriculture cannot work within a month. You cannot plant and harvest within a month, and therefore that means that those restrictive policies in microfinance or in the banking sector is an issue affecting youth participation in food systems. The other issue is access to affordable farming inputs. We are increasingly seeing that farming inputs are high and not easily accessed by the youth. But that doesn't mean that we should see it, we should stop there and feel challenged, but rather that we should know about the challenge. The other issue affecting youth is lack of training or mentorship or advisory services. You see, people who have had a breakthrough in agriculture, especially as youth, just like Nelson has done in his respective up north in Nigeria, we need those kind of people to come on board to mentor other people, to act as advisors to their fellow youths, so that we all together can transform food systems in Nigeria, in Malawi, but also in Africa as a continent. The other issue is missing markets in Malawi. I also believe that there could be missing markets in Nigeria and other places, but I also identify it as an issue. The last thing is, now what's the way forward? The way forward is a youth-responsive agricultural policies in our respective countries, 1. Number 2 is grants to qualify. Let's solicit grants to qualified young people. In Malawi here, we have a program called Agicom, Agriculture Commercialization. It's giving grants to qualified young people. We can adopt the same, and that grant was from World Bank. So we also have to promote digitalization and innovations through well-structured, incentivized programs. So here under the office of the president, they have created an innovation office. I'm hoping that this innovation office will have a huge impact in transforming food systems. Another way forward is to ensure that we are gaining political will. There is political will to youth participation and empowerment, and especially through transforming food systems. So I was pleased to see that Malawi hosted the Pre-UN Food Systems Summit, but I also saw that our Vice President is promoting digitalization in Malawi, but also in the SADC region. Thank you very much. This is my contribution to today's session. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tiana. I mean, I like the way you challenged people's thinking, around all the flaws in people's thinking when it comes to agriculture. You talked about, that the limiting beliefs, and I particularly like the way you called out those limiting beliefs. And the reality is, until we start challenging those limiting beliefs and see, the reality of what they are, that they are just limiting beliefs, we probably won't be able to move forward. And so it's good that you call them out, that money is not really in short supply. Sometimes it's knowing how to access that money, knowing where to go to access the money. I mean, sometimes you find people saying, we need money to start a farm, but the government are providing grants, so it's your ability to do your research to find out where to get the grants from and understand the requirements, and then you'll be able to get access to it. You also talked about, people said the limiting belief about needing money to make money, which, you have to challenge that, because sometimes it's having an idea. And once you have an idea and you have the right team in place, you have the right plan for your idea, and you have the zeal, the passion to get your idea going, you will find people who will come together, to start working with you to make your idea a reality. And this idea we're talking about is farming. So Nelson, we've seen from, what Nelson has done. And I think I recall how Nelson went about making his idea a reality. And if we go back to some of the schools that we've seen today and seen what they've done, they have an idea. They've started nurturing those ideas within their small school community, right? But that same idea can be taken to a different level, can be exponentially grown, and you'll find people who are willing to support that idea. All they need is to see that dream, see that vision, and see it's real, and they'll work with you. And then you also challenge the poverty mentality. And I truly, truly, truly believe that a lot of people have remained small in their thinking, in their acting, because of the environment and the things that they've heard time and time again. Like they say, we're a product of our environment. And sometimes it's the things you hear over and over again that start to become a reality for you. And when there's an opportunity to challenge that thing that you're hearing, it starts to make you feel or understand that, oh, there's actually a different perspective. And maybe my perspective about poverty and Africa is wrong, because all you need to do is look around you. Look at the richness in Africa, richness in culture, richness in the food system in Africa. Fine, there might be some areas where they still have the rudimentary ways of farming, but by and large, if you see, we can see what's going on around the world. I think it was David who shared a modernized way of growing certain things when he did his presentation. He shared the video. We could see what Nelson also shared with us. And then we can also, if we go back to what Aitagni said about coming together as a society, to build our agricultural systems, it starts to make sense that really we are not poor as a nation. There's no nation in the world that is truly poor. It's inside our mind is what we keep telling ourselves, or what we allow our minds to get filled or fed with, because we can truly take ourselves out of that thinking, start small and grow it. And then you talked about, the mentality of having to work hard to make money. There's a place for working hard, but the reality is you have to work smart. And working smart these days has to, it's about innovation. It's about creativity. It's about being resourceful, finding the path of least resistance to getting the maximum for what you're doing. I mean, it doesn't mean sitting down, folding your hands and saying, I'm working smart. It doesn't work that way. There's something called working. There's still working in smart. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. But it's not about toiling the soil from morning till night when you can use machines, technology, digitization to do that. So I like the way you challenge the thinking, and I think it's something I'll carry with me as well, because I want to be sure that people understand that all of these things that are holding us down or holding us back are limiting beliefs. And once you challenge that limiting belief, you break it open, you make it, plain that really and truly we can actually be more and we can do more, especially in the context of what we're discussing today, agriculture. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Arumure, His Excellency Tony Arumure, for that beautiful quiz addendum and addition. Thank you. Now we have Davina Election. It's your turn.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Davina.
I hope you guys can see my screen. I have this.
We can see.
Can you guys see the screen?
No.
It says you're screen sharing. Okay, just tell me when you can.
We can see your screen now. Girls' interest in agriculture.
Yes, thank you. Let me just try to, okay. Can I start now? Okay, hello, my name is Davina. Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Davina Election, and today I'll be talking on girls' interest in agriculture. And for those of you that attended like 2 weeks ago's meeting on the 12th of August, just know that you should pay attention because I'm not saying every single thing I said last time. So when you look at this picture, what exactly do you see? I don't have as much time as I want to hear all your opinions on this picture, but I will give you guys the opportunity of hearing mine. When I see this picture, I see a group of 5 children that are not privileged enough to have a bowl of rice to themselves, but they have to share it amongst each other. And I'm extremely sure that once they are done eating, they wouldn't be full, so they'll still be hungry, but they can't really complain to anyone. And it isn't just this group of 5 children that are going through this kind of hunger, but as many as 811 million people. It's not even just 1 million, 811 million people still go hungry. And after steadily declining for a decade, world hunger is on the rise, affecting 9.9% of people globally. And it is not only it's not just the everybody that's here that sees that there's a time for a change. There needs to be a change. And the UN also agrees with this belief that zero hunger is something that should be seen in the future. Food scarcity shouldn't still be a problem. So they're trying to find a way to solve the problem now, so it won't be as much of a problem later in the future, so that it wouldn't be the same amount of over 800 million people that are going through food scarcity. It wouldn't be the same amount of people. And for this to happen, there has to be a reality. For there to be a reality, there has to be a vision. And when Dr. Francesco Branca, the director of the Department of the Nutrition and Food Safety of the World Health Organization, was asked on the vision of food, he said, the future of food means that food systems enhance and nutrition security for all, are economically sustainable, are inclusive, and have a positive impact on climate and environment. And I really, really believe in this vision. But for it to even be realistic, we have to find different ways to solve the problem of food scarcity and also find a way to sustain the food system. But the problem is that just by wasting food alone, we are preventing this dream from becoming a reality. Why? Because wasting food leads to food entering landfills, which leads to food decomposition, which leads to the production of methane gas. And methane gas is a gas that is more potent than carbon monoxide, which means that it has a harsher effect on the ozone layer. And another problem in our food system is that a farmer can spray chemicals to kill bugs, then spray more chemicals to kill weeds, then add more chemicals to the soil. And they don't really require that much money to get a label. But if a farmer wants to use the label of certified organic, they have to pay a bunch of money, fill out loads of paperwork to prove that they didn't use chemicals. So I don't really blame farmers or producers in general for finding the easy way out by adding chemicals. But I don't really think they take to understand that organic food is better for human beings. Organic food is poison-free and doesn't use any harmful chemical in production. And it's also good for not only seniors, not only the old people, but also we, the youth. And I've said it before, that we can't just sit around and be like, well, we let the producers do their work. We have to also find a way to do something. We have to find our passion, because without passion, you don't have the energy and you'll just be doing things for yourself and yourself alone. And even if you want to do something for yourself alone, you have that passion there. You have a passion to survive. And you also need to help the people closest to you. And I really see it here because the people in the Ojedu Junior Grammar School showed that they didn't have to buy a big piece of land to make an impact in the society. They said start small, and by God's grace, they will go to greater heights. And I'm about to tell you guys a story. Last time I told you guys the story of Atinuke Lebili, but today I want to tell you guys the story of Bola Adeyemo. And in her story, you'll be able to see how she didn't only have passion, but she also did not allow the negatives in her environment to prevent her from displaying her passion and putting a smile on people's faces. Bola Adeyemo combined her passion for farming and her dedication to improving children's health in her community so that every child can meet their full potential. Adeyemo created the Senator Adeyemo Women Empowerment Center. So she has made it her priority to make sure that every child reaches their potential by having enough food. And we also have to collaborate because no man is an island. We can't do everything by ourselves. There are so many things that can learn from different people. There are so many things I've even learned alone by just sitting down here and listening to all you guys talk. So we have to realize that we shouldn't underestimate people's ability to help us. And once you have these three things, I'm extremely sure that you'll be able to build your interest in agriculture. And people might not really see the importance of sustaining our food systems or the importance of building interest in agriculture or the importance of starting now despite your environment's negative. But you can either choose to cure the problem's effects in the sense of curing diabetes. Well, I don't really think that's possible. Or you can prevent it. You can either choose to subsidize your community's illness or invest in not only your wellness, but also your community by making sure that you are finding every single way possible to sustain food systems and sustain a future for the future population. And I'm saying the picture of this woman. When I see her, I just think of how to make sure that we children are able to meet our potential. And I'm taking to her. And I just see that you don't need much money to play a key role in sustaining food systems. Because when I see her, I'm just imagining different things that's going in her head. Like, oh, if I don't collect the crops now, who will feed my children? She has that passion. She has that energy to put a smile on her children's face. So you don't really need much money to play a key role in food systems. All you need is passion to put a smile on someone's face today. Thank you.
I don't even know where to start from. Awesome. Just a minute. Brilliant presentation. Brilliant presentation from Davina Eleshin. Oh, your simplicity is incredible. I mean, that is fantastic, incredible. As in the way you are connecting the super and the natural world to make it supernatural, it's mind-blowing. In fact, I can say I'm more than wow, because this is unique. I will have to add from one of the president of Do the Dream, our thought on what she just said. Mr. Romero, what can you just say?
I'm blown away, speechless. But I like the way she ended, the presentation. You need passion to put a smile on someone's face today. I think that says a lot, because if I take it a step back from that point, she's talked about, how we can all work together, how we can be collaborative, and how you need to come out and do this stuff, work together and make this a reality. I like how she's used some of the images to explain a concept, which actually brings to life, so the things you're saying. That's very creative as well and very, very, very powerful. And one of the things you mentioned was when you did the comparison, this or that, and you talked about, providing a cure or preventing it. And when I looked at that slide, when I looked at the first thing there, cure or prevention, I actually see, I see the trueness, the value in actually preventing something. It's always better to prevent than to spend time curing. So if you prevent it in the first place, you won't have to worry about curing because it won't happen, And so it was powerful the way you brought about that. And then you also talked about subsidizing versus investment. So if we all work together and we're able to invest our time, resources, technology, everything, then we don't need to subsidize because there'll be abundance, And so I like how you brought in that concept. And what this brings to mind is the theme that I've seen across all the different guest speakers today. And that theme is collaboration. It's like there's this thing about collaborating to make it happen. If I go back to what Thiena said, or what Aitagni said, or what David said, or Nelson, there's a common thing there that we all need to come together. We all need to collaborate, as a society, as a community, to make this happen, to make it real. So thank you so much. Oh, and the other one, how you linked food wastage to the effect or the impact on the environment was just, it's out of this world. It's powerful, because sometimes we don't realize that. The best way to put this is when I was doing my master's, one of the first things I heard in my strategy class was the butterfly effect, that the butterfly flaps its wings somewhere and then there's an earthquake somewhere else, And the reality is sometimes it's those little things that happen, that we don't link to a bigger challenge or a bigger problem that actually causes the real problem for us. And so when you link food wastage to methane gas and its poisonous nature and its impact on the environment, it just brings that butterfly effect to life, the ripple effect of those little things that we do. And so I think there's this word that you have, there's an unspoken word from your presentation, and that is we should think about abundance, but not be wasteful about abundance. Because being wasteful about abundance could also lead to more devastating effects that we probably won't see now, but over time, will accumulate and become a challenge for us. So it's powerful. Thank you so much, Davina.
Oh, beautiful, Davina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, beautiful Davina. Thank you so much. I would like to go to Aitagni. What advice do you have for young people in this part of the world?
Could you please repeat?
I said, what advice do you have for young people? I would like to, for young people in this part of the world, and how do you think they can synergize with young people in your country as well?
In terms of agriculture,
Yes.
agriculture is no more just sowing and harvesting, right? We have gene editing coming up. We have CRISPR. We have.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Should I go on?
Wow.
Yeah,
I
can hear you, Agni.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, agriculture is no more limited to just sowing and harvesting. We have new stuff coming up like CRISPR, gene editing, robotics. We're replacing human workforce with robots and so much more. So we can get involved in agriculture indirectly as well, through research, through establishing startups and so much more. So yeah, if we want to get involved in research, we can get involved in agriculture as well. Agriculture is literally open to every single field. So yeah, that's what I would say.
You're on mute, Ty.
Mute. Thank
It looks like we've lost you, Ty. Are you still there? While we wait for Tayo to come back and join us, that's a very good one, Aitagni. Research, collaboration, it's the theme, and I think yes, we all need to work together, regardless. The world is now small; it's now a global village, and there's so much connectivity thanks to the technology, the internet, and all of those things, and people are able to come together from different parts of the world to collaborate and make things happen. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I'm not sure what Tayo has in place, but I know we're all running late. So let me just call on David and ask what he has to say to everyone on the call today. David, Election, would you mind sharing what words you have for everyone on the call today?
Yes, sir. So my words today, the summary of everything I've said is that stereotype on agriculture is been dissolved. Now that it's dissolved, let's take the lead. Let's start doing something about it and make a change in the agriculture industry.
Thank you so much, David. Yep, it's been dissolved. I like the way you use the word dissolved. It means it doesn't exist again. So we have no excuse. Let's just pull our weight and come together and just make agriculture work for all of us. Thanks for sharing that. I'll go to Diana. What word would you like to leave for everyone on the call today?
My simple word would be the luxury that the youths had of the comfort of we are leaders of tomorrow has ended, basically. We are the leaders of now. We just need to know that we have to learn and lead at the same time. We have to be so open to being mentored as young people to take up our place, because the African continent, 75% of the population is under 35. So we do not have the luxury of being leaders of tomorrow anymore. We are the leaders of today. Let's open up to learning and leading at the same time. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's powerful. So it's no longer the future. The future is now, basically. And we shouldn't wait for that future time to come. We should take the lead. We should be open to being mentored, and being trained and nurtured in the right way. And agriculture is actually that way for us. So the youth, you can hear what Fiona has said. Let's be open to being mentored on the right way, because we are the leaders of today, not the future. That future is happening now. Thank you so much for that. Davina, are you there? What would you like to share?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
So something I would like to say is, it's not even just for the agriculture and the food systems, but it's to achieve anything in general. You need passion, because passion is energy. And you also need the ability to not allow whatever is going on in your environment. You don't have to allow the negatives in your environment prevent you from achieving your dream and using your passion to cause smiles on people's faces. And I really love what Diana said, that you don't really need much money to start making money. And once you have value, once you are giving out value, Diana and my dad like to say that once you give out value, money will come with it too. So focus on the value you're giving. I'm done.
Excellent, Davina. Thank you so much for that. To achieve anything, you need passion. And once you add value, the money will follow. That is true in every sense, true to the biggest sense. And so the youth, I think, this is more of an encouragement to you all, that you need to be passionate about what we're doing. And we don't just leave it at being passionate. Look for the best way to add value, because when you add passion and value, you become unstoppable. And when you become unstoppable, you will have so much energy, and you'll see the number of people who will gather and come to your aid to help you to actually achieve your dream. So passion, value, being relentless, being resilient, it's just, you become unstoppable. And we need that unstoppable force from the youth to take agriculture to the next level. Thank you very much, Davina. Nelson, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, what do you have for all the youths today before we run off?
One of the things I just want to say is that the best time to start is now. You need to create value. And first of all, before you start creating value around your community, around your neighborhood, I think you need to first of all identify what sort of value. You need to be the value yourself. You need to know what you want for yourself. You need to push harder, push smart, smarter and just keep pushing. The sky is just the starting point. There's more ground to cover. Just keep doing amazing things and all that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nelson. I like the way you said it. Just start. Just start it. Create value. Look around you. Look at where start from where you are. Start with what you have. You don't need anything major. You don't need anything out of this world. Start with what you have. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing, and no matter what happens, it's almost like saying, have an idea of what you want to achieve, what the end should look like, and start working towards that goal. Be unstoppable. Don't let anything stop you from achieving that goal. Push through. No matter what happens, push through. Add value, no matter how small. Make sure that value counts for something, and just keep going. Thank you so much for that. I can see someone's raised up a hand. Amusa Zainab, do you want to ask a question? Amusa Zainab, do you want to ask a question? Your hands are raised.
Yes, the question to ask.
Okay, please go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead and ask a question.
About current food and their nutrition challenge.
Okay, so
about the current food and challenge.
The current food and administration challenge. Did I get that right?
No, the current food and their nutritional challenge.
Current food and their nutritional challenge.
Current food and their nutritional challenge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so who is that question directed at? Is it Davina or Thiena or David or Itagni or Nelson? Who do you want to answer that question?
Davina Election.
Okay, Davina, that's a question for you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so the current food, okay, thank you. Current food and nutrition challenge, I mentioned food scarcity and how over 811 million people don't have enough food. Does that answer your question, or do you want me to go in depth?
My explanation.
Okay, so I think the main reason, or one of the reasons why world hunger is still a thing, is lack of proper allocation of resources. So it's not like countries don't have money, they just don't know how to put it in the right place. And I also did some research and found out that there's some places in Nigeria. Let me go back to my phone and my notes. There's some places in Nigeria, I'll get you guys the exact statistics. It is estimated that more than 1.2 million people, including people in Borno State and Yobe, are in areas that are inaccessible to international humanitarian organizations. Hello, can you guys hear me? So they don't really have much people to help them. They don't really have much people to help them. So apart from the government not sharing money and other resources properly, some places in Nigeria and other places in the world do not allow humanitarian organizations to visit. So they don't really have much help. So they're just going hungry, and we really need people to help out.
Thank you.
I don't really know if I answered the question properly, but
yes, you have answered it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're still waiting for Tayo to show up. I think his internet might have gone off because Tayo is back. So Tayo, the floor is yours. We were waiting for you to show up.
Thank you so much. Technology has a way of doing its own thing, but we give glory to God. We're able to bounce back. I just want to hear from all these schools. We want to hear from Agidingbe. We want to hear from Omole. We want to hear from Ojodu. What the future? What are they seeing? What they are planning to do? Are they interested in agriculture? what they want to do for this world. Those are the kind of questions that we just want to hear from them in order for us to shut this program down today. Thank you. I think let's start with Ojodu Junior Grammar School. Let's start from there.
What? About being passionate for agriculture and being forward on your goals.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we go to Omole Junior Grammar School? Omole Junior Grammar School, over to you. Omole. Okay. If Omole cannot speak Ghetto, can we go to Agidingbi Junior Grammar School, please? Agidingbi.
Okay, sir, we are here.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think when we put more effort, finance into agriculture, it will develop into something great.
So
not all farmers have that financial ability to put more into agriculture, but if they get support financially, yeah, I think agriculture will do more things. Okay. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much. So, those are your final thoughts for today. Those are your final thoughts. Thank you so much. And to all our speakers, we want to thank everyone. We want to thank the leadership of the schools, the principals for releasing their students, for giving us these beautiful opportunities. We want to thank the principal of Ojodu Junior, Mrs. Adeshona, of Omole, Mrs. Oyeleye, and the principal of Agidingbi too, Mr. Ali, for giving us this beautiful opportunity. And to all of the people who join us and to our great speakers, thank you for what you've done today. Aitagni for India, thank you for what you're doing in India. We look forward to it. David Davina, oh, you are mine. Thank you so much for what you've done. Thank you so much. And on this end, we've come to the end of this wonderful event of International Youth Day 2021. By International Youth Day 2022, we know we're going to be flying with what we've heard today, and we know we're going to follow up on most of those things today. Thank you so much. You've come to the end, and we'd like everybody to turn on their camera so that we can take the picture. Please put on your camera so that we can have the picture. Thank you. No, Agidingbi, let your camera be straight, please. Are you all? Please, can you all put on your camera? Thank you. Please, can you all put on your cameras? The students, I'd like to see all of you together. Please, the students.
Yeah, not Binance. No, Binance.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. Would like to use this medium to recognize the principal of Omale Jr., who is just singing, and Mrs. Oyele, thank you. And to also recognize the presence of Mr. and Mrs. Election as our speaker's parents. Thank you for believing in this cause and for releasing them to participate in this event. Thank you so much. Your final word, Mr. President, so that we can shut these events down.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this event. Thank you for all the wonderful guest speakers and for the wonderful words of wisdom that you imparted in all of us today. For all the students from the different schools, Ojodu and all Akadembi, thank you so much for sharing what you've been doing in your school with us as well. Today has been a very inspirational moment for me, and I'm sure it's been the same for all of us here on the call. So without further ado, I'd officially like to bring the event to an end, and I'm truly grateful for all of you who have joined us today. Let's make it count. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me, sir. Mr. Twin.
Yeah?
Is there any way I can reach you? Because I have a question, but I don't want to ask you on the Zoom live.
WhatsApp.
On mute. Is there any way you can reach me?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Tai will be able to send my details across.
Okay. Mr. Rumere. Hello?
Hello.
Mr. Rumere.
Yes, sir.
Can we have a slide of all the presentation?
Of all the presentations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tayo will be able to put all of that together for all of us, for those who need it, and send it across. Thank you very much. All right. Bye, everyone.